Welcome back to part 2 of programming and deployment using AWS CloudFormation. In this part we're going to look at using CloudFormer, or first of all we're going to look at creating the CloudFormer tool from a CloudFormation template. And the CloudFormer tool, it's an EC2 instance, and it has some code on there that can create CloudFormation templates from our existing resources. So then we can use that CloudFormation template to create a snapshot of all of our instances or all of our Amazon Web Services resources that we want. That could be a VPC configuration, it could be an EC2 instance, it could be anything. So first thing we'll do is we'll go through and create a stack, and we'll just call this CloudFormer, and we're going to select one of the sample templates. So there will be a CloudFormer template. So down here under Tools, CloudFormer, and we click on Next. So in the CloudFormer template, obviously it has it's got a section there to ask for parameters, and so the parameters is to ask for a username and password. So it's got the password, so I'll just put something in there now, and a username, and click on Next. We won't worry about tagging this. There are some advanced options there, so we can again do notification. We won't worry about any notifications or anything like that. So there we have it. So it's name CloudFormer. The template URL is there. We can have a look at that later if you'd like to see how the actual template is created. We have the username and a password. And we've got here create IAM resources, which is saying false. Okay, the reason it's saying false is because we haven't acknowledged here. So I acknowledge that this template will be causing AWS CloudFormation to create IAM resources. So it's just not advising you there that you're going to be creating IAM resources and giving access. So now it changes to true, and we can see there. And we've got rollback on failure, so that's fine. Click on Create. And again, we go through the create in progress, and then that will eventually change to create complete. Okay, so eventually, after quite a bit of time, it's not quick like the Backspace Lab template. It's not as quick as that because it's only that's only creating just one database. It's creating quite a few resources, so it takes a little bit longer. So there we can see CloudFormer create complete. There's a whole heap of stuff that's going on there, a whole heap of resources that have been created. If we go into the outputs, and it will tell us the website URL of our CloudFormation EC2 instance. So we just click on that and it'll get us into CloudFormer. Okay. So just a security warning there, so we're just going to advanced and proceed. Okay, so we put in our username and password that we created previously. Okay, so there we are. We've successfully created CloudFormer, and we've successfully connected into it through the to the web interface. So we're just going to go here, our US East region, and we're going to create a template based on resources in that region on our AWS account. So create template. And what it's doing now, it's going through and analysing the account. So going through and checking what resources we have, be it a VPC, be it an EC2 instance, be it a DynamoDB database. But we're just going to pick up the DynamoDB database and use that. So just put in there a description and click continue. And we're not going to be putting any of these resources here into our template, so we just make sure they're all deselected, and we just keep clicking continue. Okay, so we've come to storage, and so this is what we want to replicate. So we're just going to replicate that one that we made before. So the backspace-lab table of products, we'll replicate that one, or we'll make a CloudFormer template of that. And it should be very similar to the template that we created manually. So again, just keep continuing through and not selecting anything. Okay, so what we're doing here is the summary, and we're just going to be creating a table based upon that resource that we've already got. And continue. Okay, so it's now created our CloudFormation template. Okay, so we can save that template somewhere. Okay, so it saved it to S3. So now we can go in and we can, so you have created an AWS CloudFormation template and saved it to S3, so we can access that later on. So we just go into here and we'll launch that stack. Okay, so CloudFormer launch stack, so it's already put that in there. It's got the URL for that template that we created using CloudFormer. Okay, and so again we've got the options there. We can click on next, and okay, that looks fine, and we'll create that. And if we refresh the screen, we've got our 3 stacks there. So it's doing the CloudFormer launch stack, and it's going through that, and it's creating those resources. Okay, so we're creating a DynamoDB table, and this is going to be called table backspace lab table of products. And our stack has finished being completed. There's been created, so it's create complete. So now we can go into DynamoDB and we'll have a look at that. So just refresh the screen there, and we can see there we've got our database that's been created. And we can see there we've got in the details. So we've got here ID with the primary hash key and the provision throughput capacity. So the one difference is that it didn't ask us for the parameters. So because it's just created an exact copy of what we've got, it doesn't ask for parameters. So it's only puts in, this only creates resources. It doesn't copy parameters. Okay. So in the US East region, we've got our AR in there, and that's fine. So we go into indexes. Again, no local secondary index, but it's copied the global secondary index, which is product category price, exactly the same, and product category as the hash key and price as the range key. All attributes have been projected, and we've got the read capacity units and write capacity units. So again, it hasn't asked us for that. It's just taken what we've created originally. And I'll see you in the next lesson.